Okay.
Hello, I'm Ken Something or another.
And I'm Texas Casey Jones. And this is whatever the hell it is. Well, we suck.
If you're under 18, go away. And all the triggers, we have no filters.
Especially this movie.
That said, we just got done watching Sleepaway Camp, a 1983 teen slasher horror. Making
I know I should have typed it up.
Ride the 13 coat trails. Spoiler warnings for a 41-year-old film.
Wait, oh God. Either it's too late or I just should have typed this up.
Yeah, you did.
Alright, so.
It was a movie.
Yeah, okay, so first, yes. All the this is definitely one. It was made in the 80s. It was made. Let me see here. It was made in 83. I've seen this movie, not counting this time, a total of once when I was about 8. And besides how the movie ends, one of the deaths is what sticks out. But I was gonna check out. Yes, okay, that was in the. I was just double checking when Friday the 13th came out, and because just because everybody always says that it's trying to be Friday the 13th, doesn't mean that's actually what was done. What happened? Because there is a history of there's movies where everybody thinks, oh, this is the knockoff. No, it was the original. So okay. Anyway, so your channel talk. What do you think? What was the overall thought of this movie?
What the hell did I just watch?
I loved your reaction to the ending. like it wasn't even the ending. It was how the movie ended. Like the actual ending of the movie.
Just freeze frame, green, credits.
I thought he was gonna die of laughter. So, all right. So we have. It starts off. Yeah.
It starts off with
random family, a boy and a girl looking about the same age.
a dad on boats,
and then they get plowed by the other.
The boat flips, and then you have motorboat.
And then they just run them over, and you see the dad,
and then girl takes over motorboat.
Yeah, and that was real smart. and listen, I don't need to watch where I'm going.
2 kills later. Maybe I should have watched.
At the time, you don't know it was just 2 kills. At the time, you think all 3 of them, because the dad, like great film work. Oh my God, Oscar-worthy performances all around. but they basically just show like a mangled. Well, first it's the dad floating by upside down, and your face first, and then a mangled life jacket, and then that's it. And then the guy, and then oh my God, the one chick that was
like,
okay. So what it was they were water skiing, not the people who got killed, but the people
that kind of
they weren't watching where the fuck they were doing. And
to be fair, it was the one girl's fault.
It was the one girl's fault who was not the guy who had a thing that said lifeguard on it was like, I shouldn't do it. And then he does it. And then he proceeds to let her drive, and then she doesn't watch where she's going the whole freaking time, and
the one girl in the back.
Oh God! Somebody help! An Oscar-winning performance, Oscars all around. Anyway, so they fast forward. So no, it's an 8-year.
It's a time jump.
It's a time jump of about 8 years, and then the mentally unstable mother of the boy and the cousin, the girl. Oh my God! It's like
I can see why.
Is
that why?
Oh my God! I was
Angela
like, what
Pott
medication is she on, and how are you a medical doctor? Because that's what she did their physicals herself to go to camp, summer camp, and they never say the summer camp's name, and are to unable to read things. People don't know what the name of the camp was because they never say the name of the camp. They show it, but they never say the name, and I can't read it. What was the camp's name?
I forgot.
Okay, like we can't even guess.
I got hung up on like the random filler stuff and.
Oh my God, the fill. Okay, so
we need to get onto like the next like.
Okay, what came first, the first death or the filler? It was the first death, wasn't it?
It was. Pedophile.
Well, okay. It was. Okay, the YouTube safe term is PDF file.
Okay.
I even wrote it down.
All right.
PDF file.
Got it.
Okay, so anyway, but no, we're still setting up the camp. And
yes.
Of course we have your counselors and then the students, like not even one of the counselors who looks like he's in his 30s. And then the okay, I really don't agree with these terms because you should not do slut shame. But the camp slut who is 25. I swear this person is 25. You see her in a bikini, there's no way this person is a teenager. And then you understand that with filming, but it's like so transparent, like they didn't even try to make these guys look like kids. Like one of the counselors looks younger than this
Zero
camper.
effort was put in.
Well, anyway, okay, so then we get to...
They were more focused on the other aspects of them. Like the...
Wait, it is film. Okay, it is. For a second, I didn't think it was filming. That would have sucked because we actually... So we get to the first kill because he takes the little cousin in the back room and just immediately goes for it. And the boy cousin comes in. I don't even know anybody's names except for the Angela. I don't know
like
anybody
Ricky
else's.
Or something.
Was it Ricky?
I think it was some R name that ended with a Y, and then soon it was probably Ricky.
I know. Remember the name Meg? That's the one counselor that is mentally unstable herself, if you ask me. Well, you grab the kid. This kid won't talk to you, so I'm going to grab her and shake you to death. Like
I'm going to yeet you into the water.
Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I do way too much talking on your channel. You just let me take over the video last time and now this time, but
Anyway,
so the little the cousin the PDF file tries to do things to Angela, and the cousin reacts by the cousin, whatever his name is.
We're just going with Ricky.
Okay, we're going to go with Ricky because we don't know. I don't know anybody's names, and so we get to death 1, which is the PDF file, and and he gets death by humongous pot of boiling water. And we get
they just kind of focus on
it way too long. It's like, okay, 1, it's not that good of a makeup job, and 2,
it's just
you couldn't think of a worse fate for this guy because he deserves a worse fate. This guy.
Pulled apart limb by limb.
Pulled apart limb by limb. That's my opinion of PDF files. Okay, so they haul him off, and the brilliant owner of the place is like, let's keep this quiet. We need to keep this quiet. We keep this quiet, and promotes the one dude. And we never see any of these kitchen guys again. They make a big deal about giving them raises and let's keep this under wraps and blah blah blah. Never see the kitchen people again. Because this guy was the head chef.
He is no longer the head chef.
He is no longer the head chef. Okay, so that we got,
just
death one down. Okay. And I just wrote less than he deserved.
Anyways, on to the filler.
Oh my god!
So it's just so after that, baseball.
It was softball. It was really
but
sucky
still.
softball. I could throw a better pitch than they were throwing.
the insult eat shit and live.
Oh my god! Okay, no. I am a child of the '80s, and like I said, I was like 8 when I watched this movie. Like I was definitely single digits when I saw this movie. I have never in my life have heard that insult.
It's like a comeback.
And I've heard some dumb ass insults.
It was just a comeback. It's like a dumb comeback to
eat shit and die.
Yeah. No, how about you eat shit and live?
Who is that?
I don't believe that was actually written into the script. But I also don't believe that was improv. So I don't know what it was.
So that goes in the what? That goes into I don't know. I've heard some stupid insults in my life.
That goes into the pile of what the fuck?
Yeah, that was definitely what the fuck. Okay, so Death 2. Wait, I can't read my own damn notes. It's the annoying pot smoker. Oh, they went down on the lake.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, so we had the older kids in air quotes.
We're like, yes, let's go.
I would like to remind you, one of these kids, air quotes, looks like he's 30. And so they're smoking pot, and the couple, we've seen these guys a couple of times before. They're really, really annoying. And so the annoying pot smoker, they go take a couple girls out, and one of them flips the canoe to be an asshole.
It's like, be careful of the water snakes.
Oh, look, there's a snake coming for you, and we're like, and he's under the water.
And then he's under in the canoe.
And then suddenly someone pops their head out.
It's like, oh, you.
And then proceeds to be drowned.
What I find funny is, like, no one really just says the name.
No,
like, I understand why, but in, like, real life, you probably would state the person's name
but this
in
is
confusion.
But this is an 80s slasher fic. You have to have your forced...
It's you proceeds to die.
So he drowns and gets found all eaten up with a snake coming out of his mouth.
For some reason.
That's like, Death 2. Nobody misses him. Death by drowning. There we go. Okay. I was writing notes in the dark is what the problem is. Okay, so...
You should say it probably would have been best if we had, like, a little...
I should have brought my little camping... Yeah. Okay.
Next time we do
this,
a movie watch, or... you are on standby as I play a game, maybe.
Or we sit right here at the table so that we can see from the light of the. But back there was so much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways. All right. So then we're more filler, right?
Yes.
And is that when the owner starts? I know who it is. I've seen the hate in his eyes. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's when he starts. Nope.
No, I think it was after the next.
Was it after this? Okay.
It might have been.
So this. So this.
I like how it's like we're filming this like right after we've seen the movie, and we're already having trouble recalling.
I don't know anybody's fucking name. So
30-year-old as you've written down.
Yeah, it's the 30-year-old this time, and this is the third death of the movie. Well, of the killers killed it.
Of the actual like
on-screen kills.
That
are part of the killer.
It was relatively on screen. It was more hidden, but still, until
killer,
like the body fell.
We know the killer did it, kind of.
Yes.
It's an on-screen
like,
kill.
Relatively, it was.
Because we run into that issue later on.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so we're at 3. So there's 2 deaths that are not on that are on the kill count for the movie, but not attributed to the killer.
Yes.
All right. So we're on the 30-year-old in the bathroom via wasp's nest.
Knife slice through the netting.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, and this is the best part. It's on. Okay, so it's a wasp nest. It's on a stick, sticks through the window.
Jiggle.
The killers blocked the American. Okay, this is the other part. It's an American bathroom.
The American bathroom. So it's like, oh shit, I'm trapped.
Tries to break down door.
Oh my god!
But the best part about this is once I got done failing really bad at writing a note in the dark.
You look up and realize those aren't wasps.
No, okay, so so it's a wasp nest. It's supposed to be a wasp nest because if you look at it, it's a wasp nest. But they use the sound for bees. And I'm like, oh, it's bees and not a wasp? I'm thinking I'm remembering wrong because like I said, I was 8. I'm 42 now. And then they do the close-up and they're flies. They're just flies. They're not even bees. They're flies. Anyway, so that's the 30-year-old asshole dead in the bathroom. That's third on-screen death.
And then the owner is like, oh, I think I know who did it.
That's when this guy who's probably, given how people looked older than they do now, because I'm told I do not look 40. So I'm guessing this guy was probably in their 40s, maybe 50s. But anyway, that comes in later.
Because this is also when...
Because then we come to Counselor Bitch.
Who yeeted Angela into the water.
Okay, that wasn't... Yeah, that was later. That was much later.
Yeah, I think it's like after the... Because like, Ricky was going to try to stop that, and then that's when
I'm telling you, you're ahead of the timeline right now. You're ahead of the timeline. Okay, so now we have the counselor of Angela's and 25-year-old teenager bitch cabin why won't you go swimming? Why won't you go swimming? And then proceeds to scream in her face, because that's how you get someone who has verbally shut down to talk to you, right? And then proceeds to pick her up. Oh, he doesn't pick her up. That you're ahead of the timeline. Okay. And this is the shaken teenager syndrome. Okay. She just starts shaking her, and the other counselor stops her. Okay. And so she gets in trouble, and of course, 25-year-old teenager bitch blames her for her buddy counselor for getting in trouble. Okay, yeah. So now they're having what did they call it? It was like just a social, right? They're just hanging out in the cafeteria, basically. And at night.
Okay, no, because the yeeting happens before that. They're yeeting into the river, and because then also those kids
that's the next day. That's the next day. That's it. First, we're gonna have this one. Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Because like several days.
A couple days passed. Okay.
In between the shake and then the yeet.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's the other thing that happens.
Because then there was also the kids that threw the sand, and they got taken out the same night.
That's a hitch. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So now this is the final night, obviously. So earlier in the day, counselor bitch. Whose name was Meg, I remember that.
Yes, much. Meg.
And 25-year-old teenager bitch. This is why we don't filter. We don't filter well. I don't filter well at all. How I get through meetings with your teachers without cussing, I don't know. So
special skill.
special revert to good little Catholic girls. Anyway, so
real quick.
Okay.
Real tangent. They are trying real quick back to like an earlier moment because of what you said about that moment. They were like trying to. They're like, "Oh, Angela, you're queer." But it's God! Okay, yes. I just remembered that because of what you said.
Okay, so this is what happened. There's this part. I don't remember where in the timeline it goes, but it's obviously before last night.
It's most definitely before.
This is before they're
questioning because Angela's not taking.
Yeah, this is 25-year-old teenage bitch, and she's going into Angela, and she's like, "What's wrong with you? Are you queer?" Because she won't take a shower with the other girls.
Except the thing is she would be taking a shower.
That's why I turned to Kat and said, if she was queer, wouldn't she want to be in the shower with them all? I don't know. There's a whole reason why I don't write queer people, because I'm straight and very monogamous. Like, if something happens to your dad, you're not getting a stepfather kind of person. So, Philippa, please.
She's like, why are you two still up? But why am
I in the crate? Because we don't want you to eat the cookies. Anyway, if she's going to keep quiet, we're going to have to let her out.
We probably have to.
Yeah, just let her out real quick.
You keep talking.
Where was I? Okay, but I would think if you were, you would want to be peeking in on the other girls if you were not straight. But like I said, I don't know because I'm straight, so I don't know if that's a thing that goes through your mind or not. But getting back to
back to the time.
So this is the part also. So we have the anywhere between 40 to 50, maybe early 60s guy who owns the camp. And so they're doing the social, and the counselor Meg gets the night off, and she hits on the dude, and the dude reciprocates, and they're like, "We're gonna take me out to dinner," and it's like, dirty old man. Wow. And why are you into him? He's like in his 40s or 50s. I think what? She's obviously in her 20s. I mean, I don't know.
It's like Meg goes to go take a shower, but like the shower is kind of occupied, and there's like a line. So she goes to the next door one.
Yeah, the next cabin.
Which means she's conveniently alone.
Yeah. Which I have to say, I've never gone to a summer camp. But we have been camping. And I have spent a week in the Marine Corps dorms in San Diego. It is awesome that they have, it's a pretty small cabin. You know, there's 6 girls in that cabin. And the bathroom and the shower is like right there in the cabin, and every cabin's set up this way. Yes, thank you. Because I've had to trek, well, not in the Marine Corps dorm, but, or the barracks, I should say, not dorm, have to trek down the hall for that. Or down the path to get to a shower. Like when we go camping up at Texoma, it's the nearest shower is quite a walk away. If we were there that long to use it. So props to that setup if that's a real camp. That's a good deal. Well, anyway, she goes to the next camp and goes to the next cabin, and she's alone.
Yes.
No, this is death number 4. The counselor bitch Meg stabbed in the shower.
Stabbed in the back through the wall.
Was it through the wall or through the curtain?
It was like a curtain. I don't know.
Was it the curtain?
I think it was more closer to like one of like the.
I don't know because I started writing down the note and didn't see.
But like stabbed, and then the knife is pulled down.
Yeah, straight down her back. I saw that much.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on screen. Stabbed.
And then later when it comes up, we'll talk about how her body falling makes no sense.
It does not make sense. Okay, but that happens
when
later.
That comes up because then.
Okay, next death. It was the most satisfying death besides PDF file. Is the 25-year-old teenager. What did what did the killer do with that
the
curling iron?
Because the pillow was to muffle the screen.
Yes,
so, like,
and
the
then,
curling
well,
iron-
I have an idea what she did with that curling iron, which was plugged in and on, but it will get this video yeeted from YouTube if I say. Let me just put it that way.
Anyways, body tossed under the bed.
Yeah. So
why did she just put her hands up?
I don't know, because it's a horror movie. so that she died. I'm guessing that if what I'm pretty sure happened, it's that whole premarital sex bad in the 80s movies, and so that she got quote unquote what she deserved. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Probably happened with that curling iron.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, so now the other counselor
who's out in the woods.
Out in the woods with a bunch of younger kids. There's two of them who get cold and just like, I want to go back to camp. So he leaves everybody else. What was it? Was it three? It was three of them.
No, he was taking them back to the car, and then he's wondering like the other three didn't join.
No, he left them there on purpose, and he took them back to camp. He took them to the car to take them back to camp, and he left the other three there. So that
No, I think he just took them to the car.
They had specifically asked him to go back to camp. Mm. Whatever happened, he left these three younger kids alone while they were asleep. And you see the killer POV takes his hatchet, and we both thought that he was just getting the hatchet to do the next kill. That's not what happened. In hindsight, we find out later that the killer took out these three kids. So that are off-screen kills. So that's three. I don't count them as kills. They're on the kill count, but they're not on screen, so therefore they're not death count. You understand what I'm doing here? Okay. So the random kids got hatcheted to death. I don't know how you hatchet one kid to death in their sleeping bag and the other two don't wake up.
Aim for the head?
Was it a single? I mean, they had fluff everywhere.
For that head.
There was fluff everywhere, so I assumed it was multiple hits. Like, real... I don't know. Okay, and so now we're on Death 6, and we have the dirty old man who beats the shit out of Ricky because somehow he figures it was Ricky who's doing all the murders to ruin him. There is no explanation. I knew you were trying to get back at me. No explanation what the hell he's talking about.
He assumes that after finding Meg's body, which we can probably now talk about the hell that body.
Oh yes, how he found the body. He's like Meg. Like one of the other counselors says, "Oh, she went to no. It was 25-year-old bitch, teenage bitch. Told her that she had gone to the other cabin to take a shower. So he went to go look at the other shower, and she like falls from a standing position. What?
Yeah.
What?
And falls in like a direction that doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
You're going off of how the kill went.
Unless the killer propped her up, but still, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I'm like, what is up with these slasher movies having that happen?
That happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so now we have dirty old man who's beating the hell out of Ricky.
And he's like, oh shit, I need to leave.
Yeah, and then he's like, I need to get out of here. And then
so he runs to
the archery range.
Stands there a bit.
He's like, hey, it's you.
Wait, it could have
what
been
the hell are you doing here? Blah, blah, whatever the hell.
Arrow to neck.
Arrow to the neck. That's kill 6. That's kill 6, on-screen kill 6. So, we forgot about the little boyfriend. Angela gets herself a little boyfriend who gets really handy. And then there's this one scene which makes sense in hindsight, but when you're watching it...
it's just like, what the fuck?
Like, I knew how the movie was going to end, so I understood, director tried to do a thing, like, and but you had no clue what the fuck. He's like this random surreal shit in the middle of Angela and her brother on a bed. Oh, and we find out that the dad was gay. The dad was gay, and the brother and Angela
we're just kind of sitting on a bed.
We're just like watching and laughing as they cuddled each other. And I'm like, okay. And they're laughing pretty loud, so how the dad and his boyfriend did not know they were there, I don't know. And then they had the brother and Angela on a bed, and it just keeps spinning around, and we're like, okay. Like, it makes sense what's going on now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But at the time, it's really what the ever-living hell is going on with this movie. And and then, so she has this little boyfriend who got really handsy.
Yeah.
And that's when that scene happens, is when has her on the beach, and he's getting ready to fill her up, and she's like, no, and runs off. And so, but now, so we have the end, and he's like, hey, meet me after the social, and he's like, and so that now it's the end of the social, and he's like, I didn't think you actually were going to be here, and he thinks he's going to get lucky, because she's like, let's go for a swim, and he's like, okay, and starts ripping off his clothes, and
no, it's like, oh, what about her clothes? Take them off.
And he thinks he's getting
so
lucky.
Happy
he's
about
like
it.
14 years old, and he thinks he's about to score. And so we had the other two counselors.
The cop.
The single cop
with the fake mustache.
It was okay. So they showed a close up of this cop, and you realize it is a very shiny piece of like plastic or something. It's not a mustache, and we're like, what? Why? Why? It's so obviously not a mustache. But yeah, the one cop for multiple murders have happened at this camp, but they send one cop. So now here we go.
Anyways, we get the
drum roll, please. Grand finale. The final death and killer reveal. That's probably really loud. How much you want to bet?
Probably.
Okay.
Anyways.
so final kill. It's Angela's would-be boyfriend.
Or just as you wrote down, that one kid.
I don't know anybody's name. It's that one kid.
It's that one kid.
And
it's that one.
Oh, it doesn't even count as kill 7 because it wasn't on screen. It's the death count, but not the kill. A kill. Because it wasn't on screen. Anyway, it's obviously Angela at this point.
With like another one of those flashbacks.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. So they walk up and they see her humming, and then that's when they do the flashback.
Yes. And
so it's two of the counselors, and the ever so convenient flashlight stopped working.
It just stops casually.
And it
left the chat.
It left the chat.
It left the game. It left the server.
AFK.
The batteries left the server.
And so they do the flashback of the mentally unstable aunt. Very mentally unstable aunt going on about how I think it was Ricky, not was it Ricky? The boy's name?
No, it was like Peter.
No, that was the brother's name. The dead brother's name.
Okay. Boy's name.
I don't know. Anyway, so it's the aunt of Angela, and the cousin is at school, and she's going on about how she wanted a daughter, but her husband left her, and she's so mentally unstable, and I'm afraid for her patience. And she's like, I always wanted a girl. Obviously she is it's the 80s.
It's the 80s.
Oh, yes, and as for the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Let's rewind.
Rewind to who knows how far back. We didn't really check the times on the movie.
These one kids, and one of them was the annoying pot smoker. was being incredibly cruel to Angela, and the cousin jumped in.
Who we're just calling Ricky.
Ricky. The cousin jumps in.
And then a fight breaks out.
And the guy who owns the place is just watching.
Like,
and all I could say to Kat was, that's about right. Story time that if anybody who knows me probably gonna figure out who we are just from this story. My senior year of high school, in resource class, so there's like 6 of us in this class. There is actual pot deals going on between 2 of these students, and something happened, and the teacher and the aide knew about this crap, and nobody cared, and we just sat around doing nothing all day because they didn't want to teach us, and they just gave us like big packets, like an inch thick of work to do, and don't bother us. And they knew that some shady shit was going on. They knew we weren't doing our work. And there was a whole ass fight between the dealer and the one kid who was buying from him. And a good friend of mine and myself were the ones who break it up. And there was chairs being thrown and yelling and screaming and cussing. And they were in the next room and did not check on us. And that was in 2001. So... And so that flies the just watching the kids go at it and not just intervening in the 80s, because there was a lot of crap I went through in the 80s and the 90s at that school where everybody knew and everybody looked away. So that just so is real. That's like the most realistic thing of the whole movie. The fight happening, just watches to see what happens. Okay, so now
hey, it was back to where we were originally talking about.
So the big reveal, spoiler alert for the 41-year-old movie, Angela beheaded her little boyfriend, but except. She jumps up, she's butt naked, jumps up, and the flashlight miraculously decides to work again. And you realize Angela has extra equipment. Which goes back to the aunt being all, oh, I already have a boy. It wouldn't make any sense to have a girl. Angela, that means Angel. Boy. That means Angel. Isn't that so pretty? and that's where it ends. And that's where it ends.
Because in the beard, that's like that dramatic look up in the.
Yeah, no, she's like slightly screaming with her eyes wide and her mouth open, like she's screaming, but nothing coming out.
It's like some like.
Yeah, like she's hissing, like she's growling or hissing at you, and then it does this weird green filter thing.
It freeze frames, then green filters, and then the
credits roll.
And it's just like I just burst out laughing at that point.
So does this qualify as the hot mess continues, or we're going to stick with the original title I was thinking of doing?
But just
we watched Sleepaway Camp. That's the title.
I think that works into the script. Okay, I think we're done though. Yeah. I think we're good.
All right. So you guys know how YouTube works. We're going to actually put tags on this one so that if you search it, you might be able to find it.
Yeah.
So we didn't write outro again. So you're
Cat something or another.
I'm Texas Casey Jones. We watched a movie.
We'll probably watch another.
I don't know what we're going to do, but it's spooky season.
Yippee!
Which is why we did Sleepaway Camp, because it's spooky season. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's a thing. I guess we're done.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.